It's almost like the smoking addiction wants this suggestion put out into the world that says none of us are enjoying our lives. I'm not the only one. We're all looking for our lives to be, out there, something out there fixed so that my life will be better. But it's karma. It's like you have to get yourself right. And then when your love energy is right, then you put that love energy out into the world. And like karma, it will come back. So it's like this purging of information that I feel that this is my purpose. This is what the meaning of my life is to just purge this information. Instead of sitting there in my house really, really depressed and feeling all of that pain and making me not move, making me not do anything because it's so freaking painful, at least this purging of information has given me a reason to get up every day. So it is, do or die. It's not solving my problem. I'm still smoking. I still don't have that urge to look after my body. Because I'm dealing with this, well, they're poisoning the planet. Everybody's going to be dead soon. Who's going to survive? Do I really want to live in a world where only evil survives? Only the rich people that can afford to build these bunkers. If these are the only people that are going to survive what's about to come, these big catastrophes, if all of these people that are actually creating our own destruction are the only ones that survive this, do I really want to live there? Hell no. And then if they were going to say that, oh, we're the ones that are going to be saved. If I look at the conversations I have with religious people, and they are sitting there judging everybody else to be wrong, but they're going to be the ones that are right, and yes, this is going to be the end of the world, but we're going to be saved, and go to heaven. It's like, do I really want to go to the heaven they're going to? They can't even see how they're playing a role in the destruction of man. They don't even know how to ask for forgiveness because they don't even think that they've done anything wrong. But it's like you're driving a car, you're using and consuming oil when you know that oil is, BP. It's killing millions of people that they're never going to be responsible for. So you using the oil is driving that corporate structure that feels we need oil. If you're driving your car using oil and most of these wars are caused because you want to dominate another country's economic system and control their oil and all of their resources, you consuming that product is supporting everything that's wrong. That is your sin. And that sin is killing an awful lot of people. And because you can't see that, you just driving your car that uses oil, that's evil. That's destroying the friggin' planet. So, you don't even know how to ask for forgiveness for that sin because you can't even recognize that's a sin. You can't even recognize that you're doing something wrong. Your friggin' ego is so friggin' big, you don't know to go to Jesus and say, oh, Jesus, I'm sorry, can you forgive me? I don't want to go to heaven with those people. So, I smoke, which I know will kill me. And I know I'm going to go someplace. So, okay, I may not go to heaven because I'm sinning, because this is my sin. While I sit there and point out my fingers that you're driving that car, I'm sinning just as well. So it's like, okay, we all know that none of us are going to heaven. So technically this insanity that I'm living with, I know we're all going to hell. So I'm going to the same place all sinners go to. And I'm thinking in some way, shape, or form, I'm going to end this little problem after I'm dead. The pain's going to be over after I'm dead. It's like I'm going to the same place all evil people go. If you're dying, you're a dummy. Look at the dummy. giving this advice. Which leads me to, I ain't no leader. I am not one that you should follow because I'm just as fucked up as everybody else. Until I jump into my solutions, until I choose to live, then I'm the dummy. But I'm not the only dummy on the planet. Everybody else is dying too. I'm looking for that tribe that wants to live. I'm looking for that tribe that wants to make me happy. I'm looking for that tribe that treated me exactly like I did before I was 3. Making sure that I'm happy at all times. Where is that tribe that wants to make sure that I am happy? Because I want to make sure you're happy. I want to do whatever it is that I can to make sure you're happy. I've at least learned from my mistakes not to be jealous of somebody else's goodwill. I'm not going to be jealous of somebody else being happy. I'm going to learn how to do that one. And to serve as much as I possibly can. To listen to what other people want and try and give it to them. But I'd really like you to know what it is you want first. And there's a way of figuring that out. We're all designed and programmed to think we're lacking something. And if we were all programmed to actually feel that we already have it, then we'll get there. That's the next stage. You're all designed to feel that you don't have love. But you do have love if you choose to have love. What is love? Love seems to start with self. I know as soon as I feel like this book is over, then I won't have this urge to get up every day and do these tapes. I'll want to do something different. Something will change within inside me. And I know that the next focus that I'm going to have is looking after myself. Making sure that I'm happy. Really feeling that love that I'm lacking and give that love to myself first. Love myself. Create the happiness that I want to have for myself. Do what I love doing for myself. At the same time, making sure that I'm not doing harm to anybody else. Listening to what other people say. But it starts with me looking after my body. Making sure that I'm healthy enough to do that job. I'm not good to anybody unless I'm looking after myself first. I can't help or heal anybody until I heal myself. Which I think is the lesson for everybody to learn, is that you need to look at yourself. You need to get yourself right. You aren't good to anybody. You can't solve any global problems until you help yourself. If you have an addiction to money, if you have an addiction to cigarettes, if you have an addiction to anything, that you know, that little voice inside your head that says, this ain't right, you need to find the causes. You need to talk with evil and find out what evil wants. And I think at the end of the day, evil wants the pain gone. So what ends the pain? It seems to be that we need to learn how to live life. Not work and labor and come home exhausted and then do something that just makes you feel alive. I think it's all about doing what you love doing, and you'll never work another day in your life. So what is it you love doing? What is your passion? That's the journey that I'm on, is trying to enjoy, find what it is that I absolutely love doing. And ultimately, what I really love doing is serving other people. It really, really makes me happy to know that I'm helping other people. But I can't help anybody else out unless I learn how to help myself out first. How I get that peace inside me. How I feel like I'm totally connected with my world. The world that wants to live. The world that can only live without sin. And what does that look like? Some people say that life is boring if we weren't sinning, if we weren't risking something. What does it really look like to love your life without any stuff? I love sitting down with a group of people and just laughing, dancing. That's free. Just enjoying somebody else's company of like-minded and having a good laugh. Even if it meant working on a farm and seeing plants grow, working with animals, serving other people seems to be the way to go. It seems most people that have disability, they know the meaning of happiness. They have the least, and yet they seem to be the most happiest. If we were all disabled, wouldn't life be a lot happier? I think it is time for us all to talk with evil and find out what evil wants. Evil, at the end of the day, wants us all to be out of pain. Otherwise, it wants us dead. So what pain are you in? What's causing your pain? What would end all pain on this planet? For rich or for poor? What ends the pain on this planet? Doesn't it seem to be love? If we were all loving everybody, receiving and sending love in the proper way, doesn't that seem to be something that would end pain? We have to make sure that nobody on this planet is in any pain whatsoever. Otherwise, evil wins. Evil wants us all to be out of pain, one way or another. I don't think evil is such a bad thing. We just don't understand evil. We don't understand how to end pain. We don't understand how to care for ourselves. Only when you get yourself right can you learn what it is you need. Only when you look after yourself can you give what you think others need. It's a complicated game. Be your own leader. Find the tribe that you belong to that wants to live. Because if you die, you're going to die with evil. That's where everybody goes. If you're dying, you're a dummy. If you're living, you end up finding out how to live. You beat evil at its own game if you live. But if you don't take everybody else with you, you haven't won anything. If you're the only one that lived by killing everybody else off, you are not happy and you are not living right. It is complicated because it's like, how can anybody that survived this hell while everybody else died, who's going to serve you? It's not going to be an easy survival for anybody. Anybody that thinks that they're going into a bunker, who's going to grow your food after you killed off everybody? You're going to have to be doing the work for yourself. After the planet is totally destroyed and you've gotten your bunker and you could get out, what do you think you're getting out into? You know, like you're going to have to do all the work for yourself then. Why not do the work now? something to think about. Peace out.